Stellenbosch is part of the Cape Winelands. Literally, it's over 600, if not more, of wineries next to each other, where the community or the employees actually stay on the farm that they work. I think the need that we identified back in 2004 or to 5 was that a lot of the children that stay on the farm were not getting educational programs.
The farm is situated in a suburb called Koopmanskloof, which is in Stellenbosch, Cape Town, South Africa. On certain farms, treating the people that should be paid the minimum wage and so on.
In South Africa, it was quite acceptable for the employers to pay a percentage of the wage to the employee in alcohol. And obviously, the kind of legacy that has left behind is that of alcohol abuse.
However, it makes me proud also to say that our current Managing Director, Mr. Rydal Jefter, he's the person responsible to bring the first fair trade wine onto the international market. So with his background and with his expertise and his passion for what he does, makes it so easy for us to do what we do today. Yeah. Our philosophy is to add value in the lives of our people, but also in the environment. And so with fair trade on board, that helps us in making sure that we live up to our philosophy in adding value to the lives of our people. Yeah. So fair trade basically have 3 pillars. It's economic development, social development, and environmental development. When it comes to economic development, our workers own their own farm 100%, and so through that, it is economic development that's taking place. The concept of fair trade is for every liter of wine, there's a euro 5 cents that comes back to the workers. And so that euro 5 cents seems to be little, very little, but if you add the quantities, workers have a substantive amount, which then are used to embark upon different fair trade projects. So the more wines we sell, the more premiums we get, and the more premiums we get, the more projects we can embark on to uplift our community at the end of the day. Fair trade premium are paid directly into the workers' account, and then there is a workers' committee called the Fair Trade Premium Committee, and they basically manage the money on behalf of the rest of the fair trade beneficiaries, which are the farm workers. It is a fair trade rule that once annually there must be a work plan. So workers must come together at the General Assembly, and then collectively they must, and democratically they must decide which projects they will embark on for that specific year. The biggest projects that has been embarked upon with Fair Trade Premium was basically starting up a provident fund, a pension fund. And so at least with Fair Trade on board now, since 2012, workers have now a provident fund, pension fund, for the day when they leave, they have something to take home with them.
To me, if it wasn't for fair trade, we haven't a better life. There is times that we go to a farm that haven't got fair trade. And then we talk, and we come to this serious talk. It's about how you do things on that farm with fair trade and what are they doing without fair trade. There's a big difference. We get fair trade there, and you have to do some things for that, and you can save their money more than those people do.
From environmental side, on the farm we have a 67 hectare of private nature reserve. The owner of the farm, he had a real passion for nature. So when Stevie decided years ago, but listen, I want to do my part for nature. He's put this piece of land aside to say that this is my contribution towards sustainability. There's a host of different floras and faunas. We have a range of birds. We have springboks. We have wild peacocks. That is in the nature reserve. And of course, our biggest joy is to have our very own national flower, the protea, that's grown in the nature reserve. This nature reserve we manage in partnership with Cape Nature. And other projects was for the environment was like solar geysers for worker housing.
When I came here, I already saw that the geysers is on top. The geysers was coming also from the premium, from fair trade. So that was a good thing to do.
And then of course from the social development, we have various social projects on the farm, like the creations, the after school clubs, sporting clubs. So we're trying to address all of the three legs of what fair trade stands for. Plus minus 95% of our employees stay on the farm, as we have 5 production units, and on each production units there are worker houses, and then the other 5% stays on in a rural area close by here. The farm provides transport for those workers, so they will be fetched in the morning, and then also at evening they will be taken back home. We have a creche that hosts 35 farm worker children, and of course that caters for both temporary seasonal workers and permanent workers. We have the after school club. We have a music program on the farm where we teach from recorders to drums, keyboard, bass guitar, guitar.
That is the creche as you see downside here. One of my kids is 9 years old. He's there and he's blowing the block flutes and so on. It's nice to have and exercise some music. It's like life extra in your personal life.
About 6 years ago, the Pebbles Project became involved, and they help with a program for the ECD Center and both for the after school center. So all of these years, I mean, we haven't necessarily been trained to do what we do. So we thank them also for their contributions, and so we all for partnerships, you know.
We actually work on over 20 farms, if not 25 at the moment, and within those farms then we set up different facilities. So depending on what the need is per farm, so we would have either an ECD center or a kindergarten as some people call it, and then for the older children who then go to school, when they come back on the farm, when they come back home, we've got the after school club program.
If the creche wasn't on the farm, the parents would have to search for a service off the farm within town, and that can be very costly, one, and also transport might be challenging for them.
Pebbles Project started in 2004. We have a 5-pillar approach in terms of how we work. We're a non-profit organization based regionally, which is the Western Cape. When we started out, it was about education, education, education. Sometimes you think that education is all that a child needs, but a child who's hungry, that child cannot really learn. A child who's experiencing abuse within the home is not a child who will then show concentration in the classroom. Health as well plays a huge role in the challenge. So a child who is sick, again, will not be able to actually then concentrate in any of the education programs that you try to give them. If an animal is sick on the farm, it can easily direct themselves to a child, and that would be just a vicious circle. So I think our 5-pillar approach aims at looking at every aspect and filling up any hole that you find in the child's life. Education is the first pillar. So education both from the age of 0 up to 18, certainly even older than 18, because we've got some children who are at varsity and college at the moment. We've got maths and literacy program, homework supervision, we've got some sports as well. We've got mobile book and DVD libraries, so there's children also having access to reading books. Children can borrow books. We've got mobile learning centers, which are computer labs that go to different farms, and children are learning basic computers as well. So kids can learn study skills, how to prepare for exams. Kids can learn just general etiquette, how to speak professionally. Our second pillar in the work that we do is the health program. So we run a clinic and free access to healthcare, both medical and dental care, to all the children in our care. We've got what we call the first 1,000 days program that looks at the first 1,000 days of a child's life. We actually are now supporting pregnant women on the farm to make informed choices, to not drink. We've shown ourselves at conception, ultimately.
And we are starting now a program with a sexuality program. Our clinics do give the contraceptions, and it's also their choice if they want. So we're teaching them all about safe sex and all of that. So it's their choice if they.
The nutrition program, which is our third pillar. So all the children who are in our centers on a day-to-day basis get food. The last two is the community and protection program. So any challenges that a community would face at large, or any challenges that they are facing within the home, would have a direct impact on the child. So as part of our protection program, we have 2 social workers who run your parenting workshops.
We are dealing with the well-being of the children and the families, and they need our assistance in making things better for themselves, the quality of life, to improve their lifestyles. We can assist them with helping, getting to the resource or whatever. We do have problems with alcohol and drug abuse on the farms itself. And we basically assist them to go to rehabilitation centers if they ask. We do it on a voluntary basis, so we're not forcing them to go.
You do unfortunately have to deal with sometimes domestic abuse issues, any disharmony within the home. The social workers would actually be part and parcel of that to try and remove that kind of an environment from a child.
My role here is to see to the children and the families, to see that they are safe and also to help them if there's behavior difficulties of the children, to educate the parents on how to better deal with those sort of situations. It's so important for this project to have their own social worker who can actually spend quality time with these families to prevent children from being removed, to actually repair and work on relationships before it falls apart.
But I think what we're trying to discourage is children with an expectation to receive things for free all the time. We've introduced, even as part of our learning, a rewards program. Then that's what I was trying to say, that sometimes with children who are begging on the side of the road, you are keeping them there by continuously paying and giving them money. It encourages them, it shows them it's easier to do this than anything else in life. Our community program looks at, renovations for any of the buildings that we work in, whether it's cleaning up the area where we work. Sometimes there are animals on the farm, so we would partner with other animal welfare organizations to provide a bit of care to the animals on the farm, because obviously they would have a direct impact on the children. So the farm owner, they provide us with the space. In some instances as well, they also pay for the salaries of the teachers within the facility. So they can then contribute towards the work that we continue to do.
With Featured on board, we've been able to embark on projects like buying our school clothes. So in a sense, just for the child to walk into school and with that dignity of dressing properly, for me, that is the battle, because the biggest fight is in the mind. So I guess we're trying to fight the mind battle here, and I think we're not doing too bad.
So they know how to behave better. They know and are encouraged to have a good attendance. They know and learn how to be punctual in life. And we hope these are the kind of skills and qualities that will then take them into their adult life, to make them or help them become positively contributing members of society.
I would want to see workers are being treated fairly. I want to see workers receive the minimum which they are entitled to. I want to see workers' health and safety are being looked after. That is important. And so I would say yes, all of the farms must have that accreditation, because then they will be policed. There will be an external company or people that will make sure that they comply with all of these requirements.
I think you people can just prove to us that Fairtrade is really a company, non-profit company, but they are there for the people of the world, I think. Not Africa itself, but for the world. So yeah, I'm happy to be one part of that, so that we can work together. And I think we're gonna have a long road before us that we can work together. I think so.